Sheriff Woody Wallace of Trinity County, East Texas, was addressing a common issue: illegal dumping in a local park. He warned that cameras at both ends of the road now captured every vehicle coming and going. But while the sheriff focused on the trash problem, something unusual appeared in the background.
On both ends of this road, I have cameras up. I can see the cars when they come in. I can check the cars when they come out. If they had a bunch of garbage when they come in, and it's not still in the back of their truck when they leave, we've got a problem. So this right here is a bunch of cat food cans, a bunch of cat food and bird food. So whoever the perpetrator is, they like cats. Oh, they got a lot of them. We're going to do everything we can to find out who they are. Please share this message, and if you know who feeds their cats this kind of cat food.
Among the trees, a tall, fur-covered figure seemed to stand upright, just for a moment, before vanishing back into the woods. The sheriff never noticed it at the time, but viewers were left stunned, wondering what they had just seen. In May 2012, Stacy Brown Sr. and Jr. were camping near Torreya State Park, when a series of strange knocks echoed through the woods, catching their attention. Then Stacy Sr. saw it. A massive figure moving across a clearing in the dark. With their FLIR thermal imager, they managed to record the creature. Step lengths and height estimates between 7.5 and 8.5 feet were far beyond human limits. The gait, the posture, everything matched classic Bigfoot reports. Over repeated visits to the site, the evidence pointed to the same conclusion. Whatever was captured that night was something far larger than any person. Last September, a man named Brian snapped a photo while riding the Georgetown train in Colorado. At first, nothing seemed unusual, but when he later shared the picture with friends, they noticed something strange. A figure, resembling Bigfoot, standing behind a tree near the tracks. The shot was taken facing south, away from Highway 6, along a quiet stretch of the loop. Brian confirmed there were no statues, cutouts, or displays reported in that area. The distance and shadows make it hard to know for sure, but the domed head and bulky frame give it the look of a classic Sasquatch sighting. High in the snowy Sierra Nevada mountains, Bill was filming his dogs at Coyote Ridge, when something strange slipped into the frame. Among the trees, a dark, upright figure seemed to glide across. Viewers pointed out that Sasquatch is often described this way, gliding as it walks, something no human could do. And in deep snow, the speed it moved with would be almost impossible for a person. But what's even more curious, the dog stayed calm, even while so close to whatever it was. This man had set up a trail cam deep in the woods. When he finally checked the footage, he couldn't believe what he saw. Some online swore it was a black bear, pointing out the fur, paws, and strange limb angles. Others claimed it was something else entirely, a dog man, moving on all fours. The footage sparked days of debate, but no one could say for sure. Whatever it was, it left everyone questioning what really wandered those woods that night. A man was hiking when he spotted a large black creature bathing in the water. At first he thought it was just a bear and tried to observe from a safe distance. He snapped a quick photo and left. But when he zoomed in on the picture later, it looked nothing like a bear. It seemed to have a cone-shaped head and a build that was different, more human in a way. He never found answers to what it really was, but with only this photo, everything points to Bigfoot. While hiking along a quiet trail, this person captured something unusual on camera. A huge figure can be seen moving slowly down a hill. Its arms hung low, and with each step it covered an impressive amount of ground. From its sheer size and posture, Some believe this could be Bigfoot. Others aren't convinced, saying it's just a person or maybe someone in a costume. But for those who believe, this clip feels different. This man was hiking through the woods of Ohio when suddenly he heard this.
What I'm recording right now sounds very similar to what I heard back in 1991 or 92. Does not sound like a dog at all.
Ohio has one of the highest concentrations of Bigfoot reports. Could these strange sounds add to the mystery of the Ohio forests? Or does anyone recognize what could be making them? If so, share your thoughts in the comments below. While hiking in the woods of Idaho, this person captured something truly unusual on camera. From the tree line, a massive figure emerges, broad, towering, and almost unreal. Its sheer size and the fluid way it moved made many believe this could actually be real. Of course, skeptics argue it's nothing more than a man in a suit or a clever digital trick. But the small details, the weight in its steps, the way the body drifts, are harder to dismiss. A couple went camping by a remote lake. During the day, they enjoyed a peaceful walk until they started hearing the snapping of branches and noticed rocks hitting the ground, as if someone had been throwing them. They tried to find the source, but following it led nowhere. Later, when they reviewed the footage, they noticed something terrifying. Something had been really close to them. How had they not seen it at the time? That night they felt watched again and recorded this video.
If I go up here and there's nothing,
This side.
it's just that one
Stay
right
here.
there.
Baby, stay here
Yeah.
and turn right. And we'll see.
Yeah. That's so weird.
They had to leave before whatever was out there decided they'd stayed too long. This picture has been circulating online without much context. It appears to have been taken by a trail camera. Some people argue it's just a bear caught at a strange angle, while others believe it could be Bigfoot. There's simply not enough information to draw any real conclusions. It remains a mystery. Near Mount St. Helens, Tyler Barnes spotted a cougar chewing on something and managed to get a closer look. To his surprise, it looked like a hand. He snapped a photo and shared it online. Locals debated whether it was a bear paw, a beaver paw, or something else entirely. But the shape seemed eerily human. Experts can likely rule out bears, beavers, and humans. If authentic, it could be a clue to a large, primate-like creature long rumored to roam the dense forests of that area. While hiking in Canmore, Alberta, this person suddenly spotted something strange. A massive figure crossing a mountain ridge. It paused briefly at the top, then moved on again, covering nearly 360 meters in just 100 seconds. The sighting left a lasting impression. Unfortunately, we may never know for sure who or what this person captured that day. A person filmed this video while hiking at an unknown location. It's not a tree, not a stump, and there's nothing else around that could explain it. There's just too little backstory to make any real sense of the footage. Whatever it was, we'll probably never know. A couple from Sun Valley, Idaho, went shooting in the countryside.
Nice shot. Let's see that again. What? What the hell?
In the background, a dark figure appeared among the trees. It moved upright, tall and broad-shouldered, covered in dark fur or clothing. Unlike a bear, it stayed on two legs, swinging long arms in a human-like gait. Its movements were slow and deliberate, aware of its surroundings. While it could be a hoax or a misidentified human, the posture, proportions, and calm motion make it hard to ignore. A Reddit user at Riverview Park shared a photo showing a figure over the water that looked like Bigfoot. The post instantly drew attention and doubts. The park's urban setting and the user's digital art background suggested a prank. Experts and Photoshop enthusiasts examined the reflection and shadows, finding errors and inconsistencies. What started as a possible Bigfoot sighting quickly turned into a likely hoax. A wildlife camera at a cabin outside Fairplay, Colorado, captured a strange figure a few nights ago. Triggered by motion, the camera recorded what appears to be a tall, dark, humanoid shape in the top right corner of the frame. No other animals seem to have passed by at the time. The figure stands upright, wider and darker than the nearby trees. Yet locals remain unsure. Bear, shadow, or something far more mysterious. 3 people were at the old hog site on the Rosebud Reservation last December when they spotted a strange furry figure moving along the stream near Highway 18.
I'm recording this person walking through our area. It looks like an older male, but a fluffy older male. That don't look like a human, Mom. It looks like it looks like, no, this person looks like he's really furry. Yeah.
It was completely black, with nothing in its hands, and vanished into the bushes. Investigators searched the area but found no footprints or clues, only old tree-cutting marks. The figure in the video remains a mystery, leaving everyone confused. A Bigfoot research team spotted a moving figure on a thermal app.
Like, oh my gosh. So we radio to the other teams, you guys need to get here now. We are watching a Bigfoot. I said, it looks like it's eating berries. And again, you can't see the whole thing. It's kind of in the bushes and it's kind of hunched over. But it's definitely humanoid in shape. So we're watching it. And at one point, I said, I can smell it. And it smelled like sulfur.
Convinced it was a humanoid creature, they gathered around and recorded as it moved through the trees, even noting a faint sulfur smell. But then, the figure hobbled out. They were all set and ready, only to realize this Bigfoot was just Jeff, one of their teammates with a bad knee wandering alone. His hunched, limping silhouette had created the illusion of a creature. The team laughed, both relieved and disappointed.
You know, he's since apologized, and I said, don't worry about it. It's no big deal at all. It was actually very exciting, and it was like actually having a Bigfoot sighting almost, and seeing how we would react. So it was a good learning experience.
Though just a false alarm, the moment gave them a real sense of what an actual Bigfoot encounter might feel like. On the night of August 3rd, 2025 in Newtown, Masset, British Columbia, a woman heard terrifying screams outside her home. She recorded the encounter on video. Her very first post about anything supernatural, and hasn't shared anything like it since. Many believe the cries came from Bigfoot, while others suggest a wildcat or even a human. Whatever it was, it must have been terrifying to hear. In 2018, a Bigfoot was spotted in Boone, North Carolina, on the edge of a woman's property bordering the national forest. This photo shows a tall, hairy figure standing in the backyard, clearly visible. The sighting adds to the ongoing mystery of the elusive Bigfoot in the area. A man set up a trail camera in the hills of West Virginia, hoping to capture some wildlife. But on July 10th, 2025, the footage revealed something unexpected. The camera recorded a dark bipedal creature covered in long, scruffy fur. It appeared to attack the camera before turning and vanishing into the forest. At first, some suggested it was just a black bear, but others pointed out that the thick, straggly fur didn't match. And with West Virginia's rugged terrain and long history of Bigfoot sightings, many are left to wonder, could this be the creature of legend? In a quiet corner of Georgia, a man set up a game camera in his yard. He had heard strange noises before and even claimed to have seen something moving among the trees. The camera, likely motion activated, faced his mobile home. On the right edge of the shot is a creature. No name, no explanation, just a fleeting glimpse of a creature lurking where the man swore it had been all along. But what exactly it was is unknown. Two people were driving down a forest road in the Baltimore woods when they heard eerie growls and rustling coming from the trees. Curious, they stepped out to take a look, but the atmosphere quickly turned unsettling. They captured something they claimed was a bipedal creature, describing it as Bigfoot.
Slow, but don't get out. Do not get out.
In the footage, it's hard to make out, but it was all they managed to record as they were too stunned and hurried to keep filming properly. We'll never know for sure if what they caught on camera was really Bigfoot. Do you believe them? A hiker snapped this mysterious photo on a sunny day in the woods. It shows a large primate sitting on a log, staring down at its leg. He took the picture so people would actually believe him, but he never shared where it was taken. And while it looks real, we have to remember, it could still be faked. In 2012, a Reddit user went camping north of Truckee, California with their family. On the way, they photographed an old barn with a Sony Cybershot. Later, while reviewing the photos, the user noticed a strange figure near the barn. They can't really explain the figure and don't remember seeing it at the time. Though some online speculate it might be Bigfoot, the user thinks it could be a ghost. When a couple woke up in their remote cabin in rural Kentucky, they found strange footprints on their porch.
That is a weird fucking print.
That's what I'm saying. And it's about your foot size, but...
You can see the bones in their foot. And yeah, these don't have any pointies.
They were slightly larger than a woman's size, 7.5 feet, and disappeared after just 2 steps. They debated the source, raccoons, black bears, or even cryptids, but noted differences from typical animal tracks, like a defined arch and tapered toes. Eventually the prints vanished and were later identified as a water stain. But what or who had passed through that quiet porch that morning? A family was fixing up an old cabin into a mill when something vanished from their back deck overnight. Louis, helping with the project, swore whatever took it was enormous, tall, broad, and fast. Days later, while reviewing footage, they spotted a massive upright figure in the trees near the homestead. Slowing the video and zooming in, it matched the descriptions of Bigfoot. They scoured the land and checked the cabin, but couldn't shake the feeling of being watched. A dog found a severed paw in the woods. Observers identified the fur and shape as likely from a black bear. Others joked about Bigfoot, but experts dismissed the idea. Experienced guides confirmed it was definitely a bear paw. Late one night near Nakusip, two women were returning from Halfway Hot Springs when they pulled over by the highway around 9:30 p.m. One stepped out briefly when a deep, echoing howl shattered the quiet. Startled, she rushed back inside the car. Moments later, a large, black, furry creature darted across the road. It moved upright on two legs, too fast and too tall to be a bear. One of them managed to snap two photos just after it crossed. They left shaken and confused, unsure of what they had just witnessed. While hiking the Great Smoky Mountains, a YouTuber caught a wild sound echoing through the trees. It was loud, deep, and weirdly mechanical. As he kept walking, the sound came again. Some people online were convinced it was something mysterious. Others said it was probably just a bull elk. Which is probably true. But if you didn't know any better, hearing that sound in the middle of nowhere, it'd shake you to your bones. While hiking at Lone Peak Mountain, this person noticed something unusual moving in the distance. Despite the foggy weather and poor visibility, they spotted a figure climbing the slope, moving with an eerie, almost effortless stride. At first, the hiker assumed it was just another person on the trail, but the more they looked, the less it made sense. The figure appeared too large, its movements too fluid, almost unnatural for the steep terrain. They couldn't get closer or follow it, and only managed to record a short clip. Given that Lone Peak has a local history steeped in Bigfoot sightings, the hiker couldn't help but wonder, was it really Bigfoot, or just a trick of the eye? While out hiking, this man took a short break and decided to eat something. As he grabbed his food from his backpack, he accidentally captured this.
Oh, well. Yeah, did you see the big tree break over there? It was a good snap.
In the top right corner of the frame, something or someone can be seen. It's dark, solid, and its posture doesn't quite match anything natural. More unsettling, it seemed to move, suggesting it wasn't just a tree. Unfortunately, the man didn't notice it in real time, so he never turned the camera for a closer look. Whatever was out there remains a mystery. On May 18th, 2025, Edward Healy and his son were hiking deep in the woods when something truly unexpected happened. In the distance, something moved. A large, dark figure appeared between the trees. According to Edward, it stood nearly 8 feet tall and had an ape-like build. He managed to capture it on camera, but like many Bigfoot sightings, the footage is incredibly shaky. That's why not everyone's convinced. Skeptics say it's just a person in a costume, others believe it could be the real deal. So, was this an actual encounter with Bigfoot, or just another elaborate hoax? Chris Reinhardt and his team from the channel Real American Monsters went on an investigation in Larry's Woods. Not long into their search, they came across this.
This is a good sign that they're visiting here. This is the same print as we always find. So it looks a little bit bigger this time. Well, it actually starts here. It's a long skinny thing, so we're thinking female. Yeah, I just noticed that too. That could be knuckle marks. See it? Yep. Like this. Knuckle marks right there. Boom, 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 boom. 1 foot here. Knuckle marks there. That's cool. I never found knuckle marks before, but that's what those are. And up they go. Up and out.
As they pressed deeper, they reached the gifting site. There, more footprints appeared, fresh.
Yeah, she grew.
It said something.
12 and a half. 13.
Larry, am I moving the bucket for me?
6 and a half. Zoom in on it. There's too much water. So about 13, 12 and a half, 13. Well, that was a failure. 6 and a half. Big time. Wide. So we're looking at that's a good one. I don't know if that, yeah, there's a stick here. That's why it bounced back up. See, look at. So they stepped down in here. Here's the big toe. That's the same one as at your place, 12 inch, 12 and a half, 13 inches, the same one. Now the stride from heel to heel is 39 inches. So if it was me, this is the step I would be taking. I'm 6'2", you showing that?
Yep.
That would be the stride I'd take from this print to this print. You're not walking through the muck making these strides. So, those are my tracks over there. So, that was a good find there.
Determined to capture whatever was out there, they set up trail cameras around the site. But the woods stayed silent.
With the trail cameras over the years, I mean, we worked so hard to get that interaction and now it's just gone.
Was it just an animal passing through, or could something far more mysterious be roaming around? And now, for more Bigfoot encounters, watch this next video.